Hi, this is Jake from Optimus Futures, and in this video, I'll be walking you through the process of adding custom indicators and drawing tools to your charts on Firetip X. Now, if you haven't already seen it, we do briefly go over this topic in our charting tutorial. So if you're looking for just a bit more information on charts in general and are looking to add different indicators to those charts, feel free to check out that video, but this will be specifically covering drawing tools and indicators. So if you are interested in adding drawing tools or indicators to your chart, you can head up to the top right-hand corner of any of your charts that you currently have open and click on the Edit Chart button. Now, once you do have Edit Chart button open, you'll see there is a little cogwheel, or you do have the option of clicking the plus add button. Either way will bring you into this formula section here. And now the formula section is essentially your indicator section. So as you can see here, there are a ton of different indicators on this platform. Some behave in different ways and some can be customized and arranged in different manners. So let's take a basic one right here. Let's just do Bollinger Bands. You'll notice if we left click, our parameters highlight here on the right hand side. This is pretty much where the customization comes into play. So first you select your indicator, then you'll select your indicators. So for this, it's the underlying instrument is going to be the E-mini S&P 500 of September 2019. If you're not happy with this contract or would like to change it, you can just highlight it and go ahead and change it through here. Here we have our period. I'm going to keep it as a default of 20. If you have something else in mind, you're more than welcome to change it to that. And you can also change your standard deviation. We'll keep that default as well. Now display, this is obviously the display settings, so you can change color, background color, then the line types of your bands, and then you're gonna need to show where to display it. And this is actually where indicators can become a little bit tricky on this platform. So if you left click this and drop it down, you'll notice there's a ton of different options here. And they're not exactly too clear. I'll try and sum it up as best as I can. If you do a new chart, this is obviously gonna display on a new chart when you do open it up. Now we can have same window as IND. This is pretty much gonna, if you refer back to parameters, you'll see your IND here. This is where this display will be displayed. So if you do the same window as IND, this is pretty much just gonna overlay the main price action of your graph. If I wanted to say, for example, and for whatever reason, different indicators do require different circumstances. For Bollinger Bands, I don't know why you would probably want to put it on your market volume or your depth down here. It's possible, but see, you can choose the I1 upper or lower. You can do the ESU 19 volume, which is likely going to be down here. You can do on the close or just a trade count. So if you do have different indicators or different chart sections, this is pretty much where you're going to display it in those different sections. But for this one in particular, let's just keep it as same window as IND. Now there are different parameters if you want for the upper, middle, and lower bands, all of which we should apply to IND. But if for whatever reason you wanted just middle bands on your top graph here, maybe you had the same graph, the ESU 19, down below, maybe you could just display middle. I'm not sure if that would ideally serve a purpose, but this platform does give you the option. It's very customizable. And then finally, output. So these are just the different bands of our Bollinger Bands, excuse me. So as you can see, we can choose formats for these. If we want, we can do price and number formats, and that just pretty much just gives us a little bit more customization options. Here, if you want, you can do it for the upper, and then we could enter in a precision number there too. So let's go ahead and just save this and let's see what it looks like. There we go. So we have our Bollinger Bands. As you can see, they are customized with the display settings we had for them. You can actually come back into here and click on Edit Chart. Then we can actually go into here if we want to and just edit individual formulas as you need. If you don't like something or you want to get rid of it, just click on this delete button here and it's automatically taken off your chart. Now, as far as drawing tool goes, you can actually access your drawing tools up in the top right hand corner here of your chart. Just instead of clicking on Edit Chart, you'll want to click on these double facing left arrows here. Click that open. you'll notice there's a couple symbols here. So the trash can will allow you to delete the entire portion of this graph. You'll notice each portion of the graph, which we can drag around if we want to, but each portion of the graph does have its own separate little identity. So each one you can delete individually. That's not what we're focused on in this video. We're actually focused on the drawing tools. So let me just show you. This is the little symbol or icon here for a little paintbrush. If you click on it, there are 3 different drawing tools. There's a line. We have a retracement line. Okay. We also have fan lines. And of course, what I just drew wasn't exactly technically accurate, but I just wanted to show you just how exactly it is done. If you want to, you can customize or delete these at any time. You'll notice there is a little trash can icon to the right of our drawings here. You can just click on that and it will delete it. It's also worth noting too, it'll tell you the exact time and the date that you drew any chart drawings onto your actual chart. So good frame of reference there if you do need it. Okay guys, so just to recap, let's try and do this one more time. So again, to add an indicator to your chart, just head up to the top right hand corner, click on the edit chart button. From here, you can click on add underneath the formula section, find your indicator. If you need to search for anything or have anything specific, you can type it in here. Let's say, for example, we wanted to do a simple moving average. We'll type in SMA. Of course, a couple of things do pop up related to the moving average here. I see I have a moving average simple here. So of course, first I need to describe a data set. That of course is going to be the indicator, as you can see here, to calculate the standard moving average, or excuse me, simple moving average. So our data set is going to be the IND here, the indicator. The period, of course, is just going to be 21. This is the number of bars to include in my computation. Our display, let's change it up this time just so you can see something different. Let's go ahead and make this a orange or a yellowish. We'll click on choose, and you can see here if you want, you can actually go ahead and kind of drag this around to customize your color as needed. So click on choose. Of course, our background color is going to be the default of whatever chart we have. You can choose a different line type for your chart here, a different line for the actual indicator. Of course, you have the same displays option as before. So again, you can do it in a new chart. Same window as your data set, which is what we want here. And then you can do some things for the close, volume, and trade count. Just keep in mind that they aren't too restrictive with this platform as far as where you can display these indicators. So just because it does say I can display it for trade count or volume, doesn't mean it might necessarily be technically accurate or may even work. You may find, and I've noticed too, that when using this platform, I've tried an indicator. Although it didn't make sense, I figured it gave me the option to try it anyway. I tried to put that indicator on like some price action and it didn't work. You'll find that to be the case when you are trying some of these random indicators out or trying to display them on top of an overlaying price graph. Some of these indicators, although they do consider them indicators, actually deserve to be in their own separate section or should be in their own entire chart. So just worth keeping in mind, something like OHLC bars, maybe, for example. There's a lot of different customization in here. As you can see, there's over like 5 or 6 different parameters you can customize. So just something to keep in mind in that case. But let's go back to simple moving average, SMA here. Okay, so we're going to keep it as the same window as data set. We're not going to do any type of price format for our period here, or the I1. We'll click on save. You can see it listed here. Click on save once more. And there we go. We have our simple moving average bar. Again, to add drawing tools to your chart, you can come down here, click on that little leftward facing arrow, and it'll pop up this little submenu. Left click the brush, and then just simply drag and draw your line or whatever drawing tool you choose. Something to keep in mind is that when you do open up a chart for the first time, you can actually, if you'll notice, you'll be able to add your formula and your symbol in one swoop right from this little menu here. So Just keep in mind that if you're starting up a fresh chart, you can do so through this way before you technically even add an entire symbol on your chart. So that's actually kind of why in some of these places here, they do ask for what symbol it's based off of, because there are multiple ways to open up indicators. I hope you found this helpful. If you do have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. Again, you can always comment any questions, concerns you may have, or you can head over to our community forum and post them there as well. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Firetip X content. And as always, thanks for watching.